Plaintiff Takesha Jefferson is suing her former friend, Takema Bridges, for thousands of dollars worth of designer and stripper clothes that she says the defendant never returned to her after Takema kicked Takesha out. But Takema says the plaintiff is actually a prostitute, and she kicked her former friend out after she stole money and used it to buy drugs. Takema is countersuing for harassment because Takesha won't leave her alone.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding. You may be seated.
Takesha Jefferson is suing Takema Bridges, her former friend, for personal property, and Takema is countersuing her former friend for harassment. Takesha, tell me why you're here today.
Your Honor, I'm going to start off by saying me and Ms. Bridges were once good friends. I've been an exotic dancer now for 5 years. I work 7 days a week, and I also make, on a good night, $400 to $500 a night.
Excuse me, Your Honor. She's lying.
She's lying?
Yeah,
about
she's
what?
She's not only a stripper, she's a prostitute.
Whatever.
She tricks for money.
It doesn't matter to you? No objection?
She's lying.
Oh, she's lying?
She's lying.
And she says you're lying.
I don't have to prostitute. I make enough money on the stage where I
Then how come you first said whatever?
No, because she's lying. She's just,
Okay. All right. So you're a stripper. You make $400 to $500 a night. You work
that's
7 days
on a
a
good
week.
night at work.
You work 7 days a week. Let's say you make $3,500 a week. Okay, so that's about $14,000 a month. Do you pay taxes?
Would I pay taxes? No.
Do you?
No.
You're on national television.
Yeah.
Do you think you should pay taxes?
Yes.
Good, then you should. All right. Now, why are you here?
All right. Like I said, I make up to $400 to $500 a night on a good night at work. So therefore, I can afford to buy Coogee or anything name brand or nice that I like, as far as clothes or anything else that I need.
How'd you meet her?
I met her through another friend, which is her god sister. I used to do their hair, and she used to come to me to get her hair done. Over top of all that,
So you were a hairdresser.
yeah, basically I braided.
How'd you get into stripping?
Actually, Judge Yana, I went into the strip club one night, and I watched the girls dance, and I said to myself, I like the way they do their little thing and they get their money, so I'm going to try it.
And like, what do they do? Do they put money in your
They
whatever
tip you,
clothing you're wearing?
They can't touch you. No one can touch you while
Right.
you're dancing. You are not to be touched. You are not to touch your customer. If your customer is going to tip you, he is to put the money either on your garter or on the floor underneath of you as you're dancing.
All right. So what's the highest tip you've ever gotten from a guy?
I have customers that will come and put $50 or $100, on my garter or under my leg. I have that type of business going on.
Okay. All right, good. So we're stripping now.
Yeah. I wouldn't even call myself a stripper because we can't take off our clothes in Virginia. We have to wear costumes.
You're an exotic dancer.
Right.
You wear costumes. Okay.
Right. I got into a situation where I didn't have anywhere to go.
Why?
My mother passed away, and everything just went from there.
I'm sorry.
Understand? It just took a lot out of me right then and there.
When did your mother pass?
My mother passed April the 4th.
I'm sorry.
Okay? It took a lot out of me to get myself back together like I was at first. I had my own house. I didn't have to ask anybody for nothing. And it was just that. I was my own person.
So how come you don't have a place to live?
Right now I do.
No,
now,
then.
back then I didn't have a place because I gave my house up thinking I wasn't going to be able to pay my rent because my landlord was going up on the rent. I paid $750 for 2 years.
Okay.
She came to me and she said, I'm going to go up on rent.
Okay, so you approached Takema.
I approached Takema in September of this year, and I was going through a situation where I didn't have anywhere to go. I told her over the phone, ask your mother if I could come and stay with you all until my Section 8 comes through. She asked her mother.
You're on Section 8?
No, I'm not on Section 8. I was trying for it.
Go ahead.
I'm not on Section 8. I was trying for it. But anyway, her mother stated yes, I could. I then got someone to help me move my belongings.
From where to where?
From a hotel room.
She was at another friend's house.
No, I was not. She's lying.
Down Hampton Club.
All right, stand up. What's your name?
My name is Trey, and I'm her boyfriend.
Yeah.
I
So
was
what
the
do you
one
know?
that actually went to pick her up where she was
To
at.
move into
to move
Takema's
into-
house?
Exactly. She didn't even have that much stuff when she came to her
How much
residence.
stuff did she have?
She had a tote full of shoes, and another tote
Your
which
Honor,
had
he's
miscellaneous
lying.
items in it.
Okay.
And she had a big black
Why
duffel
are you
bag
going to pick up her stuff at a hotel?
because she asked me for a ride.
She knows you? Did you know that he went to the hotel to get her? Did you know that?
She was with me.
him, and
She
it
was with
down
you.
She
at
was
the
with
club.
me, and they were staying
It
at
wasn't
Hampton
a
Club,
hotel.
which is an apartment complex. And from my understanding, the reason why she was kicked out because she was not paying.
So it was an
the rent.
apartment complex, not a hotel.
Exactly.
Hotel, that's what I'm saying.
And the person that she was
Lying.
staying with is a good friend of mine.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
told me that she was not paying any money at all, so that's why she was put out.
Okay, good. Who are you?
My name is Gwendolyn Perry.
Okay.
And I can say that I knew Keisha had nice clothes, shoes, about 7 to 8
So how come she
crates.
wasn't living with you?
I've offered her to stay, but Keisha got her pride. Some nights she was staying and she felt like she was imposing on me and my family, my husband and my kids. So she never came. She came to stay some nights.
Yeah.
But she is for
Did you ever
her.
go shopping with her?
I went shopping for her this time that all her things had got taken from her.
Yeah.
I went and bought her clothes and stuff, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right, Takesha,
All right, as far as him moving me,
it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
that never happened, but I did have myself moved into her mother's house. They did come outside to help me move my things in her mother's house. Okay, I moved myself in and I was there. The month of September went by and October came in. And like the second week of October, Takima called my phone telling me that I had took $100 from her,
Did you?
which I didn't.
Did
And
you?
that's honest truth. I did not touch nothing in her house.
Why did
that
you say you
not
took
belong to me.
$100?
She
from
came
her.
into my room, my brother, my mom, and my son. My son also seen her go into my closet, take my $100. When I called her the next day, I had a friend of mine that called me and asked me, was my money used in 20s? And I said, yes, they was all in 20s. She only makes ones at the strip club.
Who saw her take the money?
My
Nobody.
son and my brother.
She's lying because when
Your son and your brother?
Yes.
All right. Do you have a statement from them?
no.
I have a statement from my brother.
You do? Mm-hmm. Let's see it. Jane.
And Your Honor, she's
All right. So if your brother sees her take money out of your wallet, why doesn't he stop her?
something.
Why doesn't he call the police?
right.
My brother didn't know that I had money in it, but he seen her go into my Coach wallet. It was up in my closet. Then I had a friend call me and ask me, was my money in all 20s? I told him yes. She used it to purchase ecstasy and weed.
Liar.
Do you use drugs?
Do I?
Yeah.
I smoke marijuana, yes. But as far as me using or taking anything from her to buy anything like that, no, I did not.
So what you're saying is that Takima brings you in to live in her home. She feels badly for you. And now all of a sudden she doesn't like you. Would she just decide to accuse you of stealing money from her out of the blue when everything she's done so far is to help you out?
I mean, Your Honor, as far as them letting me in their doors and them open their doors to me, I felt like that was the biggest thing they could have ever done for me. You understand? I shouldn't have to take from you if you call yourself my friend. If anything is going on, being that I was going through that situation and I was grown enough to call you and ask you if I could come and live with you and your mother, and she stated yes, I would be grown enough to go to her or her mother to let them know I don't have.
Your brother says that her brother says that you stayed with them for 3 days. How long did you stay with them?
Sweetie, I stayed with them from
Don't call me sweetie, because I'm not so sweet.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I apologize. I stayed with them from the month of September to the second week in October.
How long did she stay with you?
She was with us for 3 days.
Okay, and what happens?
She steals $100 from me. I then told her that she had to come get her belongings. She took about 2 to 3 weeks to come with the police officer. When the police came, they arrested me. When they put me in the car, they looked at my ID. So I'm her close friend. She's supposed to know my last name. She didn't have my last name right. My last name was Bridges, so they had to let me go. About a week later, another officer came out. I wasn't home. About another 2 days later, I got the DEA, the federal agent, the gang unit coming in, busting them to my house. I'm eating with my kids, and they taking me downtown. And then when they took me downtown, they released me. They let me out on an unsecured bond. I then came home, and now I have to deal with something in criminal court too.
Drugs?
No, just for her saying that I destroyed her property.
Your Honor, I went down to the police station once I got the phone call from Takima on that Sunday afternoon at about 12, stating that I had took $100.
Takesha Jefferson stayed with us for 3 days. The last day she was here, I seen her go into my sister's room and then walked into the garage and left. The next morning, my sister came and asked me if I knew who took money out of her room. I told her that the only person that actually went in a room the night before was Takesha, and she was in the closet because I walked past to peep at her, and she was inside a purse that didn't belong to her. Then she was told that she had to come pick up the little bit of stuff she had, which was a bin of shoes that she had in the backyard. All right. No. Do you have any receipts for this clothes that's stolen?
I have the receipts for the clothes that I have been buying since she's taken my stuff.
All right. Tell me what happened to your clothes.
Okay. As far as me going to her house on that Sunday night, I went there at about 9:30 to change my clothes to go to work. Mind you, my clothes was never in anyone's bedroom, not her mother, her brother, or her room. They placed my things in the garage.
So you changed in the garage?
I changed my clothes in the garage. I came back out. I said, Mom, I kissed her mother on the forehead. I said, Mom, I'm gone. And tell Takima to call me. But by the time I left out of her house, Takima was already back from the store with her boyfriend, Trey.
Right.
They goes into the room. She was by her window. She closed her blinds. I walked in there. I said, Takima, is my Timbs underneath of your bed? Because they're not in there with my stuff. They were underneath of her bed.
What was underneath her bed?
My Timberlands, my shoes.
Your shoes?
That I was wearing with my outfit that night.
They were in her bedroom?
Right, underneath of her bed.
I thought you said
everything. And that was only because...
I thought you said everything was in the garage.
Everything was in the garage.
So what were your shoes
All of my property...
What were your shoes doing under her bed?
There was just some because I was staying there, Your Honor.
Did you sleep at the house?
Yes, I did, Your
Then
Honor.
How come your clothes are in the garage?
Some nights I even slept in her bed because I had so much stuff. Her mother did not have anywhere else for my things to go except for the garage.
Were you in her bedroom to change at any point before the night you went in for your Timberlands?
No, Your Honor.
So what makes you think that your shoes were under her bed in her bedroom?
Because I knew that I had stayed there and I had worn my shoes one night.
You just told me you were never in her bedroom.
No. What you're asking me is, did I go in her bedroom and take her $100? I did not go in her bedroom.
No, I'm not asking you that.
The only time I went in her bedroom that night was...
All right. That's enough.
Go
ahead.
Her stuff, she had two things in bins. She had two bins, which had, I think, some shoes in there, and the other bin had some clothes and some CDs and something like that. The bag that she carries with her to go strip and prostitute is a black duffel bag that she carries everywhere with her. The bin was in my garage, but my mom put it outside because it had a very bad odor to it. So when the police came, she retrieved all her items that was at my house.
Honestly.
So that was 3 weeks later.
Your Honor,
yes.
I did not. When she took my clothes and she stated that she was not going to give me my belongings back, I went and got the police to escort me there.
Why did you wait so long to get the police to escort you there?
I gave her the benefit of the doubt.
You are suing her for
Harassment.
Harassment. All right. Why do you feel that you're entitled to money for harassment?
Because Takisha called me, threatening me. She was going to shoot up my house. She sent text messages to my mom, die, kill, kill, kill. A lot of harassment.
Excuse me. Do you have the text message?
No, I don't.
You didn't save it?
No.
Did you tell the police that she was threatening you by saying kill, kill, kill?
I have a charge out on her now.
Are you a defendant now in a case?
Yes. Harassment over the phone? Yes. That's what she said. I
With respect to your counterclaim for harassment, the way to go is with a criminal charge. You have filed a criminal charge against the plaintiff for harassment, for her threats against you in order to make sure that she gets her property. At the end of the day, there is no civil cause for harassment. So you cannot get a monetary award for the fact that she harassed you. What you've done is the right thing, filing a criminal charge for harassment. And if indeed you did harass her, then you'll be convicted and you'll face jail time as a result of that. The issue is whether or not the defendant exercised unauthorized use over the plaintiff's clothing, and I believe that she did because she was so angry because she believed the defendant or that the plaintiff took $100 from her wallet. Therefore, it doesn't make sense to me that she's going to say, she stole money from me, so I'm going to just give her clothing back, no questions asked. Hogwash. She kept her clothing. And therefore, she is responsible to the plaintiff for that clothing. She's given me receipts for $895. That's what she's getting, $895, so ordered. Thank you.